Sugar Slim.
Sugar Slim, shout out Sugar Slim, baby. Thanks for the love. Y'all don't know no better. And I'm telling you, you better act like Jen Keller and go get you one. You understand me? You better go holler at Sugar Slim, man. He putting these tracks down, man. I'm talking about one of the baddest in the game right now. You want that hot shit, Sugar Slim? Or you want that hot shit now, man? Or you want that hot shit now, man? And do this. What's up? What's up,
What it do? Pimpin'?
your boy? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey man, you look like you're in a good mood over there, dude. I'm just checking you out, man.
Feeling it today. I'm feeling it. I come with that bullshit today. You hear what I say? That bullshit. That bullshit. Is
See
that
you feeling it, man.
bullshit? Bullshit. What up, Fade Money? What up, P?
What up, baby?
Man, look, man, I'm just here to holler at you today, man. I come to talk that shit, man. It's hot out there right now, man. They got some shit that just didn't die down, and we gonna act like all is forgotten. This shit is bigger. Hey, man, this shit been going on since Weinstein, you understand me? And we coming with it today. You hear me?
What's going on, man? I need an update. What we talking about?
What we talking about?
What we
Man,
talking about?
we've been at the news. See, that's what's going on right now. So many people have been sleeping. They have walked around and forgot about everything else just because of the trajectory being shifted. What happened? It went over there and then we went over here. It was a magic trick. That's what's been going on. You understand me? But not today. We coming with it, baby. We coming with it. What up? What you fade, money?
Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Another day, another dollar. You know what I'm saying? Step on and make them holler. You feel me?
Hey, I need you to let these people know what we come to talk about, man. This shit is real hot. And if y'all been sleeping out here,
Well, I can tell you this much, man. I don't wear jeans from certain stores for
oh,
that reason.
oh my goodness.
Yeah. It looks like today, and it's been a hush hush situation, man. It looks like the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch and two
Uh-uh.
other individuals are charged with sex trafficking and interstate prostitution. That part.
Whoa. What
Yeah, man.
happy? Boy, what are you getting into, boy?
Now I ain't getting into nothing. I'm just reporting the news. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to say, I'm just here to report the news, man.
It's fed. I ain't getting in what they said, and you damn sure ain't giving me none of that shit you fed. Him, no sir. Listen, bro, that is boy, it's a dirty world out here, bro, and it's still spinning.
Dirty. You know what I'm saying? Now what's so crazy, man? Like, a lot of our people that's watching, they send us stuff, inbox and things like that, and try to tell us about certain topics we should discuss on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this one, you know what I'm saying, was in my inbox. Shout out to Scrappy for sending this to me in my DM on Instagram, man.
Right.
It looks like these two were 6 count indictments in federal court.
6 count or 16?
16, excuse me,
Oh,
16. So
okay.
the indictment alleges that between 2008 and March of 2015, Jeffrey Smith and Jacobson.
Ho. What them years was? Tell me them dates and years, because I'm trying to do the math on that. But tell it to me again.
Man, December 2008,
Okay, we got 9. Then we got
all,
10.
all the way to 15.
Then we got 12. Then we got 13. Then we got 14. And we got 15. That's 7 years. Yeah, I counted them on my thing. I just wanted to be sure that that's how long the alleged run was. 7 years that they knew of, right?
Yeah. So they probably been pedophiles. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It is.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
How long
Allegedly.
do you think they investigated this situation? Was it 1 year investigation, 2 year investigation? Because if that's the case, then it's a 9 year run. Or do they count the 7 inside of all that, the investigation and everything? Is the question.
I say it's 7.
Mm.
I think it's probably 7, man.
That the max? I mean, that's what
Is,
I'm.
is that the max time they didn't? that they were doing what they were doing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Was it longer than that though? I'm sure that wasn't just a because the boy network right now is 300 million. I mean, I don't mean to call him a boy because he at this point, at this moment, he like what 80 years old.
Yeah, yeah, he 80 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. So, and then I think
Well, this is the thing. Hold on. What you saying? Okay, the investigation must have been 7 years because he's been a CEO. Jeffries was the CEO of the fashion clothing retailer from '92 to 2014.
oh wow. So I got
Yeah,
so
that's a long time.
2014 is when he stepped down because of this case, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Probably even step down, and I guess took like I say probably another year to bring the charges. Sum up everything, but that's a long time, huh?
So let me ask you this: he stepped down, but who now own the company? Because if it's still in the family, where's the real justification? I mean, because if it's true and what happened is real, then and if it's still on, then it still make a profit. So he at the age of 80, and what I believe is that saying dementia and Alzheimer's, like so he is not being prosecuted. So at the end of the day, that just continue to stay inside the family. I mean that I don't know. I'm just asking
Well, I
for
don't know. Is it a family-owned business? Did they?
his. He was the CEO. I mean, I I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was some other names tied to it.
Well, I know he had his his little man fling. You know what I'm saying? And he hired somebody else to work within helping. So I guess they had a male recruiter. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm hearing. Like that. So that's why I'm trying to get the Clarity Act because, like at this moment, like I'm hearing like that was people played their roles.
Yeah, yeah, for a long time. A
Roles
long
in
time.
the same time. Like I just want to know.
So, my question is always this.
I'm asking for a friend too.
My question is always this, bro. Like, how long does it like I always like to use Black Snake Moan. Just picturing that white girl chained to a porch and can't go nowhere out the yard. You feel me? Like, tell me this.
That's great.
At some point, you went to a 7-Eleven, a gas station, you traveled, you went somewhere. Nobody's holding you against your will. You know what I'm saying? So, um,
Talk to me.
why'd you go back?
That's the thing I want to know.
I always want to know, why did the victim go back? You know what I'm saying? At some point,
Well, is that all victims? I don't think all victims go back. I don't know. That's kind of rare. I mean, I don't know. I mean, to my opinion, that's kind of rare. Like some people gonna give a census and say it's not rare, and they might say a lot of people do it. To me, that's not rare. It don't make like a lot of stuff. I guess it's perception, and everybody got different perceptions and how they take stuff. But that is you right. I mean, that situation. But
well, I'm gonna say this. You know what I mean? Did he use oil? They use some type of substance too. That's what I heard, allegedly.
so I mean, what the oil was more of. I guess it get heated. I mean, it was a heated kind.
I ain't talking about no cooking oil.
But I'm you
This
those.
was something they were injecting allegedly. Allegedly, that's what I'm gonna say.
But it
They
was.
wasn't.
But this was something to make the people not realize what was going on, whatever they was injecting into it.
Well, it was something that gave them an erection and made them forget
Yeah,
what was going on.
yeah.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
never heard no shit like that.
I
Go to
know.
sleep up,
Hmm.
you
Hey,
sleep up. Now
is that
that's
something? Hey, is that something you can use on yourself just to get you right?
man. Listen, I if I'm asleep and he up, I'm having a heck of a dream. I'm I'm just telling you, I got to stay awake. Yeah, it's subject to Hey man, stuff that have scattered showers in a minute. I just tell you, just stay away. That I don't know about that one, P. Like, but again, hey, bro, it's delete that.
That part.
Hey man, look, real talk. That one, like, what I'm stuck on, like, it's 16 counts, right?
Hmm.
Uh, shit, Diddy. I mean, what did he have? Well, I don't even, let's start with R. Kelly. Like, R. Kelly had got 30 years, right?
Hmm.
And Diddy is fighting his situation right now. But this situation has quietened down and is not in the media, is not being talked about. Another guy talked about it, and there's questions like, how do you deal with that? Like what about those people that chased fame and believed in you so much that you manipulated your power, and that you manipulated their minds of desire to become their dream, you know what I mean? Just reaching their dream, right? You know, as sports is played, like, people look to try to make it to the league, man, and they play their hardest, and they fight and they go to practice every day, and they work every day at their craft, and they're hoping to be one of them few that's chosen, and just to get in that small percentage to say they made it. You know, the ultimate dream, the ultimate sacrifice, right? And you play on the minds of individuals that just want hope, that has hope and a dream, and you destroy them both in one act, one conversation. As that conversation began to happen, I could imagine the uneasiness that was felt in that room at that moment, when you're telling them and they have to question and second guess their morals and their thoughts, and saying that, I just wanted to be a mom. I just thought, I just came here. Yeah, we're gonna give you all that. But if you don't participate at this moment, I can't promise you gonna have a career after this. I know a lot of people. And when you tell people some words like that, not saying that's the words they told them. I am just saying, when you look at it from that aspect, and you tell a person those type of things, those type of words, and all they did, and they sacrificed everything. Some of these people travel from home and stay in motels chasing a dream, when opportunity they think is there, you give them a false facade of it and say, to go through this door, you got to do X, Y, and Z, and you ain't comfortable with none of them letters. So it's a tough cookie, man, that you put, like, how, there's no compensation for that. There's nothing you could do to erase what they have experienced. No amount of money will fix that. No amount of apologies. Like, that won't that happen. That's a memory in their memory bank. It cannot be changed. No matter if you go and surgically erase it from their memory bank, it happened. It
Okay,
cannot.
but check this out, man. Yeah, it happened, but you gotta ask yourself the question. These weren't little kids. These weren't 11, 12, 13-year olds. It's not molestation charges. These are 19 plus, right? Inspiring models. They was asked to relinquish certain valuables like their cell phones, their wallet, and stuff like that. They was threatened that if they didn't do it, that it would end their careers. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So
right. But
I'm,
hey,
I'm, I'm saying, where's the stand up fellas? Where's the
nice.
stand up women? You know what I mean? Why is it
Hey,
always years later? You know what I'm saying? Or what are you doing? Remember that thing, what they used to always say? Like, are you selling your soul, or what would you do for fame?
right. But
All right.
19, P, you gotta understand something. This ain't just happened in that industry. This happened in college locker rooms with kids 18 and 19. They're just leaving their parents' houses. Some of them.
That's
Some,
what I'm saying. But
so
like at
it,
what point that you don't know that this is wrong and you say something? You know
it's
what I'm
not.
saying?
I don't think it's about knowing it's wrong, but believing in something. Just imagine that every when you look at what the college coaches did to kids when he was pitching the basketball at them and doing all these things and talking crazy to them, but because they didn't want to let their parents down and they didn't want to let people down, so they just took it and said it's gonna be better tomorrow, right? Because they chased their dream. Pete, some people be so dialed into their dreams, man, to where they don't mean to take it, but they can't handle the letdown of saying no, we're closing the door on you, right? I watched it close up to my to some to my people and to my son, to be honest. But it to where it sometimes, like, when someone's playing with your dream, man, like, and you have these situations, man, that when someone's playing with it, it messes you up because this is what you know, right? This is what you know. This is what this is what I work so hard to get to, and I get to, and then you put them in a position to where you break or you fall. What you gonna do?
Man, let me tell you this. I know the avenues that you're supposed to do to get there on the right way, man. I can't. I'm sorry. I just wasn't built like that. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't comprehend it.
That
Let's
is
just say that I can't comprehend it because I know
wasn't built like
that there's a way and there's a good way of getting to where you need to go, and there's something wrong with that. You know what I mean? That
right.
Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
Right. It's definitely you
You
definitely
feel me?
right. I
Now,
get
I've seen women get into certain. You know, I've been in a lot of places to where around us a lot of celebrities, right? A lot of different venues, parties, events, and stuff like that. I've seen women come in and like, okay, yeah, let me go do this, or let me not. I don't like her, but I'm gonna jump in the car with them. I seen three women get in the back of a F-150 just to get to a certain location, and they back there cat fighting like cats, and we don't even know that they know each other. But eventually, this is what they have been doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm
right.
saying this: there are certain people that will do that without a career attached to the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just for hopes of getting with a certain individual or something like this. But I can't understand, and I can understand, like, I ain't gonna say I understand it, but a woman getting over forced to do something or by strength. But these are 19-year-old dudes that are, you know what I mean, continuously going down this route. I just personally can't understand it. How you just let somebody do this and
Well,
threaten you. Where I'm from, you're gonna have to show me. You know what I'm
right.
saying? That's what we doing. All
You
right,
saying
show me then. I'm
you
not playing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't understand it, bro. No
was
matter what our family might be thinking, I just can't understand that.
was it big swole models or was it small petite models? We gotta understand the upbringing of the individuals that's chasing that dream. I
Well,
ain't ain't never inspired or aspired to be a model. I
let
just
me say I'm gonna delete that on the whole big
yeah,
swole,
you
swole situation. Delete
is
that.
because
All that.
it's the each
They were
his own.
models, bro. That's all we gonna say.
There was models.
They were
So
models.
age didn't matter, but what did matter was it's no different than you being on a job, P, at your job, and your boss at your job tell you, listen, I need some sexual favors. She she
I'm fired.
she's 72. You know what I mean? And smoke a lot of cigarettes, does ashes all over herself, and don't keep up with her.
And she got that little button right here. Come on, young
And tell
man.
you she needs you to
I,
do a sex.
I got a PlayStation for you,
Right,
young man.
about to lose your job, and your whole family count on this, right?
Look, man, there's other
Right,
jobs
right,
though, bro.
right.
I don't
What I'm
understand.
saying is that exists. Not that you can't turn it down, right? You would
Hmm.
down because you understand P as an individual got multiple ways of getting his money, right? So
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
different
Go
for
ahead.
the average Joe that they got people that commit suicide, man, because they have rest in peace to those people that have lost their lives because of the pressure of losing their job, right? And sexual
Hmm.
that's why sexual assaults and sexual abuse, all this stuff that's in the job area is like a requirement for you to study and understand what you're doing is a sexual assault. What you're doing that making a person feel uncomfortable. So there's some things that has hyping up because of you could tell a person you could compliment a person twice in one day and get you a sexual harassment charge.
Okay, you remember the young man? You remember the young man that got fired because he told his coworker? She asked him. She came in there and was like, "Hey, do you want something to eat? I'm about to go get some food." He was like, "Yeah, cool." But when she came back, he told her, "You know what? You got a nice mouth."
Yeah.
She gave him his food. She went to the office, made the comment, and that boy got fired for just saying you got a nice mouth,
What do you
right?
mean by I got a nice mouth?
You got a nice
Hey,
mouth. You
so
know what I'm
how
saying?
to accept that one? That's like if a guy walk up to you and say, "Hey, you peep my hey man, you got a nice mouth on you."
It,
Eh,
bam, assault. I'd have hit him all up. I'd have hit him plush in his
what?
face.
Because at that moment, the sound of that made you feel some kind of way. So at that
Exactly.
moment, like I could imagine, like she probably had to drank the soda, and then, sipped on the soda or something. You know what I mean? A cold drink is what we call them where I'm from. Sipped on a cold drink, and as she sipped on that, she probably been thinking about all the times you was watching her sip on that soda. She had up. You
Oh,
stopped and you brought her ice cream. She thought you was being generous, and she gave you the ice, and you gave her the ice cream pop, and she went away with the ice cream pop, and then after thinking about all that, the moment you said you got a nice mouth.
look, man. Joy
Uh
Taylor
oh, that you.
capitalized on something like that from our
Uh
last
oh.
episode. She capitalized on it, and guess what happened? Somebody else that wasn't with it.
Oh.
You know what I
Oh.
mean? Skip Bayless hairdresser. She steps on the elevator. She tells Joy Taylor, like, hey, this dude has made advances
Uh
towards
oh.
me. Joy Taylor says, go get that paper. Do what you gotta do. Allegedly. Do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And the girl was like,
You better stop.
I'm about to
You
go
better
tell.
stop. Who said they was about to go tell? God dang it!
That- And that's what she did. She went and told. And guess
No.
what? She stood up. You know what I mean? So she probably was taking care of family. She probably had something on the table that she bills to pay, a family looking after her,
Right.
you feel me? But she made the right
She made the
decision.
right decision.
I'm
Right.
just saying. I'm just saying.
But here's why
Look,
she made the right decision, because that person allowed themselves to be set up and put in that situation, right? It's sort of like some of the athletes that then ran into it when you then had um, guys that then came on, may have said something disturbing to their trainers, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, so you had Watson going through something like that, you know what I mean, like, and had multiple accounts behind that, not to bring him back up, but like you have athletes that then fell to that, got guys. It's always the guys that seem to be successful in financial stability, right? To be
mhm.
those guys that experience it and get caught the most. And what I don't understand is, how do you keep allowing yourself to get caught up as if you don't see everybody else that's getting busted with it?
So let's say this then. If that's the case,
Talk to me.
it's got to be more. These dudes, there had to be more people around them that they were doing this to. You know what I mean? You have events that they were interview process. So they had an employee referral system, basically like Weinstein. You know what I mean? You bring me some girls in here, I'll take care of you, right? So they were required to be with men at sex events, caused men to believe in that the sex events could yield modeling opportunities, otherwise benefit their careers, caused men to believe that not complying will mess up their career, took had made them sign non-disclosure. I mean, disclosure agreements. So this means that I believe that it possibly could be more people that was in that circle, higher ups,
Yeah.
that the younger men probably were messing around with. So it's a bunch of perverted acts cracking off, you feel me? And it's other people, probably other CEOs. Now I'm gonna tell you this, they might get to snitching. You think they finna take that ride on it by
Yep.
themselves? You know what I'm saying? They finna go to the court. You think it was just these three dudes from that time period just having sex with all these
Boy, you're
dudes?
about to open up Pandora box. Don't you,
Well, let's get it
don't you
cracking.
do it. Don't you do it. That's Pandora. That's,
Here on the look, here on the Delete That podcast, ain't nobody safe.
ooh.
Nobody safe. We're gonna
Right.
talk about it because guess what? You can't shut us down.
Delete that.
You can't stop. We're gonna
We
talk
gonna
about it. What you say? Talk that.
talk that shit. We can talk.
That's
Listen,
what
eh,
you know what I'm saying. And if you don't like it,
delete that.
delete that.
You know what I mean? That's all you got to do. But with that being said, P, now we understand there's some people in the mix of this. It's no different than the Weinstein and everything else that's unfolding, right? But we go careful
Hmm.
where you had these broads, man, and it was okay. It was publicized. It was a beautiful thing, man. To know that these was the play bunnies, the play girls, the playboy mansion, like the
Parties,
party,
all
like
that magazine
got all these
exploitation.
millionaires and billionaires there at this party. You don't think nothing went on at these? There was people in rooms, man. Stop it. Them girls would. Man, listen, man. You had to pay to come to the party, man.
I think that was another form of free prostitution. I mean, I ain't gonna say that he was just like a legal white pimp. I ain't gonna say it.
Man,
Like you
you
had
got
a
you got to
magazine
stop.
out showing all the goodies. You had these parties and all that. Man, you can't tell me that this wasn't a form of pimping at some point.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. I
So why was it acceptable there? It was it because they, you know, what I mean, had been going on so long, or it was just like one of the things like, well, you know, what I'm saying, the magazine. I ain't. Do they still have those type of magazines?
oh, what was the Playboy magazine?
Any of the magazines? Remember the buck nakeds that used to be in front of the store, the little plastic sheet over it, and you go to go check out, and you look down, you see like
Eh,
a hairy nipple or something, or something that was shown through the little plastic thing, and it's like, do they even put those magazines out anymore? Is that even legal, or did they move
Hey,
to the
man,
internet?
listen, bro. This thing had then got once the biggest left, bro. They start cracking down on it. You know what I mean? Once the biggest left, they start cracking down on it, man. But they still exist. I
It's crazy.
mean, there still exists. That's of course it was. You know what I mean? His net worth they claim was like at 50 million when he left, but we I think was more here and there. He spent a lot of money over the time. You know what I mean?
Well, the defendants, Michael Jeffries, he was the CEO, former CEO, age 80. Matthew Smith was his alleged boy toy. He's 61 from West Palm Beach, Florida. And James Jacobson, age 71. They have been picked up two different locations, and they're going to be facing charges in New York City. If you believe that you're a victim of crime perpetrated by Michael Jeffries, Matthew Smith, James Jacobson, please contact the FBI at 1-800 call FBI. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder how many people are going to be calling that number. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to say this,
If you're
man.
a victim of anything, man, that's close to that, knowing that you've been in the jail or scared to come out, man, contact your local authorities, man. You know what I mean? Trust in them to help you out of these situations. Stop thinking that you're helpless because there's people that love you out here despite what you're going through. Run to the people that you have to judge people and see them for who they are, man. But you have to go into places and the people that's out of the country that's going through it that can't get to the right local authorities. We praying for you, man. That deliverance come, man. To be found, released, in bond, being in bondage unwillingly. You know what I mean? We delete that baby podcast. Shout out.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. And if not, just call it Delete That Podcast. We'll do something for you. We'll put it out there for you. For real. Now, off to, I mean, talking about the same thing in the comparison, you know what I mean? Are white men, white people judged different than black people, Hispanic people, in the same type of thing? Because we talked about R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? He was sentenced to 30 years in prison.
Right.
prison. And because of R. Kelly's thing, he had a real serious case, and it was supposed to be years and years and years of decades, and he was leading a criminal enterprise, right? And it went from his entourage allegedly helping different people get women and all these things, but the only person I've only known was R. Kelly to go to jail. Apparently, it was 45 people that went against him and stood up in court and was witnesses and stuff like that. Out of the 9 counts that was against him, and it was sexual exploitation of children, forced labor, Mann Act violations involving coercing transportation of women and girls across interstate commerce, engaging in illegal sex activity, spitting on young women, recording them, making them wear baggy clothes when they're out in public, so other men would not, look at them, having them housed in different rooms. This indictment that came from the CEO versus R. Kelly. R. Kelly was had movies made, surviving R. Kelly 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? They had all this stuff going on. These guys was secretly arrested. I will say it just wasn't publicized. It's like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So R. Kelly's situation, 30 years. You know what I mean? Why was it such a different approach? Why wasn't it publicized like R. Kelly and our black men? You know what I'm saying? That in our different communities, along with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? This stuff had been for months. We heard about these dudes getting arrested and charged or accused of these crimes last year, and they just went hush hush, and they overpowered it with the people that we know. You know what I mean? And brought all that to the forefront. TMZ, before Diddy was even arrested, already had two, series going on about him. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that, bro? Like, why the big difference?
Well, you got a valid point, man. Like it's at it right now. It's as real as it get, bro. What I mean by that, P, like, it's what you see. It's no hidden. There's no facade in front of you. Like we know that there's a difference, and difference that exists, and yes, people of color experience it the most. Right? Life is about networks and who you know and who know who and who's the who's, and because that no your name, that should be of value, right? If you think of back to the Roman days and back to the days of old, and you say that you was such and such a part of such and such family, like you was untouchable, like you walk through here, you oh that's a such and such priesthood, that's the royal court, that's such and such. So, and as time, those families that surrounded became so strong in wealth, right? Because they're able to
Mm-hmm.
control so much in time. When you think of it as time go on, they didn't get dumber and make dumb decisions when they was already on top of everything, controlling everything. They just continue to allow generational wealth to happen. Me and my brother was talking, right? And was talking, it was me and my brother. But we was talking about generational wealth, like
Mm-hmm.
every 3 years, right? Yeah, I think it was me and my brother and was talking about generational wealth, and every 3 years saying generational wealth is established. Right? And you got to understand that we're talking about hundreds of years of handing down power and authority. You're raising your groom to be the next one up. So, with that being said, yes, there is a stigma. There is a thing that exists to where there's an unjust treatment, right? And in opposed of who stands before who and where you're standing at a match. So you go to court, and you go to court in some places. Like I had, it was a time I was in Virginia and went to a college football game, man, and it was the game was at James Madison, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fly into Baltimore, catch the train from Baltimore to DC, and then to Dulles and then get in the rental car in Dulles and then drive down, right? And drove down and that night they had the store down. I had picked a hotel right there by the school, and I drove down the hill. It's a little hill. Drove down the hill. There's a store at the bottom of the hill. So I went in there. I just got in, so I parked car. Matter of fact, I didn't drive down. I actually walked down. I think. Did I? Whatever the case may be, I drove or walked down. Gets down there, and no, I drove. I remember that. I drove. So I gets down there, and I walks in the store, and I go to buy. They're like, "Oh, you can't buy no." I try to get a alcohol beverage. It was a beer and something like that to go back up to the room and just relax after that long trip, flying to a train, to a car, rent a car, and then drive it 2 hours. So that was a process, all in one motion, no sleep. So with that being said, we gets down there. The guy when I come in the store, the guy say, "Hey, you're not from around here, huh? You're not from out here." I'm like, "Nah, why? What's wrong?" And he was like, "Hey, it's different out here. Different out here. Be careful." I'm like, "Huh?" So I'm thinking like violence, like this the hood. Like, what do you mean it's different? So I don't know. I go back to my room and he was like, just so the guy was like, well, just take the beer and uh and just leave the money. People do it all the time, but I just tell them they left the money and I said, oh no, I'm not about to be on camera doing nothing like that. Like that sound like something gonna backfire on me.
Sound like a
Yeah, that sound
setup.
like I said, nah, I'm good. I'll wait till tomorrow, man. It ain't that serious. So I goes up to the room, kick back, relax. Next morning, get up. It's game day. Get ready for the game. Boom, hit the game. Yada yada. Have a great time. James Madison ended up winning the game. Uh, Goes out down the street to the bar with some other parents and stuff. We go. I say, man, let's go have a beer. We go out, hang out, and we're all in our cars, and we're getting ready to leave. And I said, all right, man, I'm about to get ready to go. I'm gonna holler at y'all. I gotta get ready. I'm gonna hit this road and get on the plane early in the morning, right? And I'm flying straight out of Dallas. I ain't got to do the process I did to get there. So I get back in the car, drop pulls off. Now they're right behind me in their cars. I gets to the light. It's turning yellow, so I yields and come to a complete stop. Right? It don't. It turns red, and then I proceed to turn right, at the light. No traffic coming, no light. However, the police was on the other side of the street at the light, right? Police pulls up, sees me turning because I'm in a rental car with clear windows. It's a Chrysler. I got on my big jacket, but it looked like you could see mink, but it's not mink. But it's so it pulls up behind me, hit their lights, right? There's a parking garage right to the right of me. When they hit the light, they tell me turn right.
Did you turn on your blinker,
Yeah,
dude?
I'm doing
Okay,
yes,
let's check.
turn.
Let's check. Trying to see why I would have
Oh
pulled
no,
you over.
that then it made me make another right. Now I didn't turn both angles of the parking lot. Tell me turn into the parking lot. Now I was on the street. Now you didn't turn me into a parking lot in the dark. So they pull as I pulls in the parking lot. This is where he gets out the car to approach my vehicle in the parking lot. No cameras, no nothing. The people wait tells my friend that's with them says, "Hey man, follow him. Put y'all start recording. They gonna mess over him. Start recording. They gonna mess over him." So my one of the parents he pulls out his phone. He's recording. They gets out their car and come up under the thing recording. He got a dog going around the car, around the car. Then he see all the people with the cameras and walks up to me and say, "Well, you can understand how it appeared to me, right?" I'm like, "Whatever you say, sir." Like at this moment, I just need to get back to my hotel, get back to that airport, and leave. Right. So I said, "Whatever you say, sir." So he was like, uh, black man and rental, out of state plates. You know what I mean? It's late at night. I'm like, it's a bar. nightclub right here. Like, at, you see everybody leaving, but if you say so. But have a good day, man. Sorry about this. Have a good day. Gets in his car. Woo, they woo, and hear him pull somebody over right down the street. Like they on a mission. Gets in, gets back in my car. It was like we had to get out and record. They mess over people down here, so we had to get out and record. They had anything to you, and I'm listening to this right, and I'm like, you made me pull in the dark in a parking garage when I was on a street where everybody was. You could have pulled me over right there. That wasn't obstructing traffic, wasn't putting you or me in danger if you'd have pulled me over right where you was at. So I know it exists, right? I done been through it. I grew up in the South, man, and we experienced it a lot down there coming up back then. So it exists, man, and it's sad to say that yeah, there's a difference in sentences. There's a difference in treatment. There's a difference in placement. How important your turn is, and when there's a mass release of people, you know what I'm saying? They gonna say, "Oh, with the misdemeanors first, and then we gonna go with the first time felons, and then we'll see after that." But the order of doing things, you see what type of pardons happen. So, it is what it is, man. Like we have to fight for it. Equal equality, man. We've been fighting for it for years, man. But, it's still a fight. It's a fight every day. Equality every day, man. We fighting for it. So, you see it all the time, bro. So, we gotta just keep fighting, man, until right is wrong is made right, man. You can make wrong right by doing it right moving forward. So that being said, that's my opinion on it, P. I mean, R. Kelly, at 30 years, I mean, he didn't he didn't do what I'm seeing some other people do with the drugging and you don't remember what happened to you type stuff. But it's out there,
You,
P.
but see, normally I would think that everybody involved would have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? You had dads giving their daughters to him. You had people allegedly helping him do this. He couldn't have done it by himself. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I'm saying is like you home in on R. Kelly and just take him to jail. Now, what's just crazy about that is, I believe in the '90s, they was considering us super predators. And they said Biden was the one that said it, but I think it was Hillary Clinton that might have said that. Really, they cleared it up, right?
Who was super predators? Oh,
Black people, black men, super predators. You remember that? And they were trying to put it on Biden when he came in, was saying that Crazy Joe used the phrase super predators. But really, when they fact check it, I believe it was Hillary Clinton in '94 when they tried to pass that crime bill, right?
uh,
Now, when they're talking about R. Kelly and his arrest, they used it prolific super serial predator. You know what I'm saying? So they still using the word predator. They just changing the word that goes in front of it. You know what I'm
Hillary,
saying?
Hillary
So
Clinton said it.
yeah, Hillary, right? So he's then they added prolific
Mm, that
serial predator. They was calling us predators back then. And so the word is still attached to black men
uh-oh. Watch
in our
yourself.
community. Right.
What
They also say black on black crime. We don't speak on what happened. White on white crime. Hispanic on Hispanic crime. Chinese on
does it
Chinese
shock
crime.
you, man? Them numbers.
Does it shock me?
They will.
Um, they tap into. I'm gonna say this. They tap into everything we do. And now that I have a platform to say it, we don't realize the power and the influence that we do have, and the power that we have that can change and control what's going on. And it all stems from hip hop, black culture, and the different things. We just don't understand that power. Once we tap into that power, bro, they'll understand. And I think they're scared of it, but right now they're pretty sure that they don't know what they got
Did he
going.
say
If we tap into that, it's gonna be something totally different. We can realize the power that we
delete that?
possess.
Did he use them same words? And right now he got all kind of baby oil charges. Delete that.
Who
Right.
Uh, Check this out though. I am not involved in any of those type of
Hey,
activities. You know what I'm saying?
now we ain't
But it's true, bro. Just imagine back in the day when they Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back, the video. White girls wasn't worried about having big rear ends. You know what I mean? Big butts. Now everybody taking pictures, looking at their butts in the picture. Every man looks at a big butt. They want BBLs, right? That wasn't the case. Our commercials didn't have all this hip hop stuff attached to it. MTV wasn't showing any of our videos on that
man.
channel. It wasn't until later on that they started showing this type of stuff on these channels.
See,
And
see,
lately, you can watch a Kroger commercial right now.
you hitting on something, boy.
They tapping into our music. If you don't, the NBA, NFL, everybody's tapping into what we have going on. It used to be rock and roll. It ain't rock and roll no
You
more,
remember
man.
what the Safe TV was?
Nah, what was that?
SAFE television. I'm gonna add some more on to it, right? Adjective. Television, huh? Safe television, TV channels. Safe television channels.
Mm-mm,
So let me bring you back. So when cable first popped on the scene, before we had regular channels, right? We put on that
mm-mm,
thing and we watched TV, right? And you caught the regular local stations, all of the everything
mm-hmm.
you need to see, and whatever shows came on now. You know what I mean?
That's what
Right.
you
We
got.
grew up off of shows like The Dukes of Hazzard. Crazy. I used to watch that Boss Hog, and that shit was comedy to me. You know what I mean? Never understood about that flag that was on that car. Right?
And me neither. And I loved the car and didn't realize what General Lee
General
was.
Lee was. Right? So
Yeah.
we listened. That was promoted in our face, and it was, you know what I mean? It's crazy because it's what we didn't know that hurt us. Right? That's why, you know, in that small book it said, "Our people perish for a lack of knowledge." And at that time, it was like it was overlooked, right? The ice cream song. It was overlooked. So many things that was done and that happened back then when we watched those shows, man, that was overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
And today's today's era, like what you say, like that's safe TV, that safe TV I was talking about, was those regular channels. You couldn't catch a person tongue kissing on there. It was a peck.
Yeah. Remember Lucille Ball didn't even sleep in the bed with
What I'm
Ricky.
trying to say. Like you
They had twin beds on TV. Some of these kids don't even realize that TV used to go
all
off
you
at
know,
night and
yeah,
the jets will fly over and they be the American flag will be flying. They do the Pledge of Allegiance or the whatever it was. They didn't understand about broadcasting going 24 hours a day. You didn't see TV until the news came on the next morning. It went off about 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. After it went off and it was summertime, you didn't have no channels to go
yeah,
watch. You had to go actually board games, either go to sleep, board games, play with your cousin in the summertime, play games or paper, rock, scissors, whatever it was, maybe some Atari, but we didn't have that programming all day. Now they're constantly
right,
feeding you programs constantly. You know what I'm saying? So these kids, I tell them when a lot of my children, the kids that I work with, man, they like, what? TV went off. Like, I mean, y'all cut the TV off? Nah, it cut off. You was watching Poltergeist at the 12 o'clock. You feel me?
right, right.
It's
That's
crazy,
why I
man.
say, man, so much in changing. It was safe for your kids to watch TV, and now so much stuff come on the kid on TV that even in the cartoons and the like, it ain't safe for your kid to watch just a good cartoon. We grew up off of He Man and GI Joe, and you know what I mean, and all this stuff, man, and you know,
Yeah.
Voltron and a million more other things, right? Transformers, the whole nine, turd. But now it has gotten so crazy and watered down to whereas you're forcing basically some cultural movement upon our kids, like you're forcing us but without choice. It's a dictatorship and you're forcing them to just putting it in their face. Like it's certain stuff we don't want our kids exposed to. We want them to stay a kid as long as you could be a kid until you understand now it's time for you to mature, right? You're
Hmm.
choosing the time for our kids to mature. You're choosing the rhetoric that they get. You're choosing what they process, what they download, what they receive. You're choosing that. And we're not choosing it, right? And then they tell you about, oh, the kid can't miss days of school, he can't do this, can't. So now you telling me where he should be at because you say so. So is it my kid or is our kid? Because if it's my kid, then I should be able to choose when I don't want him to go. When he go, like he passing, okay, right?
Well, you know why they do that,
Yeah,
right?
for money, they got.
Yeah, it's funding. They get funding when these little kids are absent in school. You know what I'm saying? It takes out the money, the meals, and everything. They don't get that. They don't get that credit. That's why they take and roll. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's not now. I think it's no kid left behind. Your kid can be actually be a failing. They finna pass you.
What?
They finna get that money. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? I know kids right now. Shoot, if it wasn't for sports in their life, and I know you know about this, they wouldn't really give a damn. I know somebody that back in the day when we was going to school, um, very successful now. Shoot, he would get in trouble after certain seasons of sports because I guess he was like, it ain't matter now. You know what I'm saying? Very, very smart guy, but he tended to act a little crazy. Got into a little trouble when he was involved with sports. You know what I mean? After that left out, it was like boom. So like you said, who's raising our kids now, man? And they taken from a culture. It's a lot of things that's just mixed up, man. So I hope we open our eyes very soon to what's really going on. It's been going on a long time, man.
Long time.
For real, for real.
Like one of the best comedians in the business said, long, long time ago, long
Yeah, it's wow.
back in Africa.
Well, I know
Back,
all these cases back in Africa. I know you so.
see, they public hairs.
Man, I'll say this, bro. It's a lot about to go down in these next couple of months, and I'm gonna stay definitely pay attention to both of these trials. You know what I mean? Because my question is right now: will the Sean Combs charges hold the same time as these other defendants? You know what I mean? And that these cases should run. You know, they should intertwine with each other later on down the line by having an offset date, or they might try to just say, you know what, let's run this episode first and then run this other episode. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see if these dudes they had a longer history of doing it compared to Diddy. They had ample money
Right.
compared to Diddy. You know what I'm saying? They were throwing parties. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they had some elites in there or some type of names along other designers and other companies. They just wasn't doing this. They were doing sex events. We're gonna see if the time matches up. R. Kelly got 35 years. Sean Combs, they're getting him for adult sex acts with children. I mean, with adults, consenting adults, like we said in the last episode. Cass, Cassie was partaking in some of it. That's X amount of count. But the sex trafficking, what they're trying to hold him in, I think it holds 10 years per, well, 10 years. And if he has multiple victims, it might be more, they might try to stack it. You know what I'm saying? Stack the time. So we're going to see, man. Right now, the way it looks, he can, and some of them carry life sentences. You know what I mean? So this is one thing that was puzzling me, though. I believe that what's the dude that supposed to have killed Tupac because allegedly Diddy put the hit out on him.
Right.
Southside Compton Crip. Forgot the dude's name, but you notice that trial hasn't surfaced.
Orlando.
Nah, not Orlando. Orlando's the shooter, but it was his uncle,
Yeah,
Keefe D.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Tell me why is it taking so long for this trial to come about on this? Why is the evidence? This case been going on since '96, and y'all haven't said anything about this since the arrest. But y'all so-called we got him. You know what I'm saying? And allegedly, it might have been a hit coming from Diddy, right? So this is my thing. I think they're gonna try to see how all these cases or whatever accusations, if they miss or don't, and they might try to hit him with that charge on the back end. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't hit him with that one, they can't make that one hold in court. I think they're gonna try to get him with defacing the firearms and then the drugs. That still is something that they might not have. You know what I mean? They might just hold in their back pocket. You know what I mean? Because he did get found with a couple of AR-15s that was defaced, and you're not a felon. You can go buy these weapons. Why were you buying these type of
Right.
weapons if you can go out there and legally buy them? Especially if you're gonna get in trouble for them anyway, which you probably didn't think it was gonna happen. But you defacing firearms and drugs together, that's a whole different problem. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different felony. So I'm thinking they trying to like watch and see what's not gonna stick in this court because right now, to me, I just thought about it a couple of hours ago on the way home. It doesn't look like participants that participated in the sexual acts. That's just adults having fun. You know what I'm saying? When you start adding the kids and trafficking over state line and stuff like that, that's where it gets a little bit more serious. So we're gonna see
Uh,
how this all pan out, man. You know what I mean? So
see,
um, stay
some of
tuned.
these acts, man, that was, I think when they're saying kids, is just they're under the age of 18, but they're not babies and kids, right? Is more under the
Mhm.
age of 18 that went across the state line for a concert and travel with you, and they giving you that charge. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you ain't do nothing. Now, all I'm saying is they're just under 18 and they cross them state lines with you on concert. How many artists we know that's out there right now that's under that age, man, that's out here performing. So if anything happen, they gonna hit you with all them charges, cross state lines, trafficking. Like,
All that straight
yeah,
fade.
man. So as an
Well,
artist and as a producer.
I'll say this then. Um, for the CEOs and his man boy or man, whatever his side dude or whatever they call him, and going to court, all those accusations and holding these guys to, withholding their future, I say delete that. That's a delete that moment.
That, beat
Um,
that.
you know what I'm saying? And like we do say, we always like to leave you with a word of encouragement, man, at the end of the show. We've come to the conclusion, man. Stay tuned to all that's going on, man. But, dude, you want to go ahead and lead that one?
What up, what up, what up, what up? You know what it is. It's that time again. It's your boy, dude. Yeah. What's happening with it, baby? We'll always give you some motivation. Motivation is everything. I keep telling y'all that's the key. Keep that in mind. Motivation, motivation, motivation. Meditate on that. Motivation, motivation. How do I wake up and motivate? Motiv- Motivation, motivation. And we keep looking for it. Motivation, motivation. Every day we wake up, we strive off of that. And we're looking for that motivation, man. Motivate somebody to be great. Let that reciprocate. Let that come back and forth to you because iron sharpens iron. Make sure you motivate someone else to be great, man. Find that greatness. It exists inside of you. Tap into yourself, your inner self, and find what you're great at and bring it out. God bless you. Thank. Trust what He has given you as a gift. Don't waste those talents. Don't be like the guy that wastes his talent. All right? Multiply it. Multiply it. Give. Help. Exhort. Build up. We shall all rise. Gotta believe in it. If you don't believe it, you won't never achieve. You gotta stand out on faith, man. Faith moves mountains. Faith moves mountains. You gotta stand on it. You gotta stand firm on it, man. Don't let nobody ever, ever make you doubt what you believe in. You understand me? If that's your dream, that's your dream. Go get your dream. Work hard at it. Don't look for handouts. Stand strong on your own 2 feet, man. Don't look for the handouts is what gets you caught up in situations. Giving and he just gave it to me with no back. Yeah, it's always she just gave it. Why you just gave it to me? You ain't give it to everybody? No, just me. So just me. I'm just special today. Okay. But with that being said, man, y'all know we love y'all out there. You understand me? It's your boy, Dude. It's your boy, Dude.
And if you know anybody that has been sexually assaulted, a victim of abuse, or anything like that, please report it to your local
Yes.
authorities. tell someone. If you're a student and this is happening to you, go to your principal, your RSO officer, anybody. Tell a friend. Have that friend tell you whatever it is. Do not, please, do not ever, ever, ever
We
hold it
got
in
back.
and take that abuse. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and report it. Make sure that somebody's know. You know what I mean? Make your voice heard. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, reach out to anybody, man. If you have to, reach out to the Delete That podcast, man. We can see what we can do for you. You know what I'm saying? With that being said,
We got
I'm going to say peace.
peace. Shout out Sugar Slim. It's your boy. It's your boy Dude and that boy Pete. Boy Dude what? And that boy.
Shout out to Sugar Slim,
Yeah.
man. On the beats, you know what I'm saying? If you need those beats, Sugar Slim's at Instagram beat. Sugar Slim Beats on Instagram. Again, Sugar Slim Beats on Instagram.
Come on.
We